Willie. One-Eyed Willie. Say hi, Willie.
You are now tapped in with Through My Eyes with One Eye.
One-Eyed Willie.
Through my eyes with one eye. The world, it was podcast.
Hey, this your boy Eyed Willie. Make sure y'all tap into the World's Illest podcast.
The world, it was.
What up, world? We was all at my crib, you know what I'm saying, and we kicked it. That was my first introduction. At that time, you was staying on Fort Knox. What was that like when you coming from where you came from in Texas to living that military background, that military lifestyle? How was that for you?
Man, Knox was cool, man. What I like about Knox, me, Marquita McDonough, Jerry Sykes, I forgot our crew name. We had a crew though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shared my first, my first official kiss with Marquita McDonough. No offense to her husband or nothing like that.
Right.
That was crazy. And for the record, my boy Jerome Moses, man, first time I ever wore a pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
Was through my boy Mo. I had the Grant Hills.
Yeah.
He swapped me out the shoe before we went to school. My first time ever wearing a pair of Jordans through my boy Mo, man.
Now you was down here for a minute. You was living over there next to Mo for a minute. And then after that, I want to say you all moved over to the Rose Terrace neighborhood too, right?
Yeah.
Y'all ended up moving from up over there. But you wasn't down here too long to living that military lifestyle. What did you end up going for a little bit after you came back down
We
here?
went back to Texas after that. So we'll go from Kentucky to Texas.
So you was just always back.
So I skip a year, come back a year, skip a year, come back a year.
Now, when you were down here, was that with your biological father, or was that with your mother? Did your mother remarry?
Yeah, with my mom and my stepdad. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, when you went back down there, you ended up staying. You went back to Texas. You stayed down there. When you went back, who were you staying with when you was down there?
My granny.
Okay. And then, but then eventually, your granny ended up moving up here. Right?
Yeah.
So was that one of those times when y'all went back home, she just decided to come back up here?
So my uncle Michael was in the military.
Okay.
And that kind of like brought her out here.
Right.
And that's when we stayed on the block.
Okay, so then y'all ended up moving over to the block. Okay, so when you ended up coming back, you ended up leaving, you was going to school on Knox, then you left, then you came back, and then y'all was living in Radcliffe on the block. Now back in that time, that was what? Late 90s, right?
So my freshman year, right?
Uh-huh.
I was in Texas, and I was house to house. I probably had like 4 pair of pants.
Uh-huh.
4 shirts, my whole freshman year.
Right.
So I had to finesse it.
Uh-huh.
That's when we starched in jeans, and you know what I'm saying, come and crease down, whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
So when she found out what was going on, she was like, nah, you gotta come out here. And that's when I came out here.
Okay. So cool. Now, when you came back out here from being down there, you know what I mean, you did a couple of years down there in school, then you ended up coming back out here. What was the difference? What was that transition like? Was it hard for you? You know what I mean? Because it was totally different down there than it is up here.
Now, it wasn't hard. What I liked about it the most was that's when I found drill.
Mm-hmm.
So when I stepped foot in North Arden, I'm gonna say the first people I seen. Dan Trail, and he don't like to be called that no more. Tyson, you know what I'm saying?
Tyson, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had these puffer jackets on, Average jackets.
Yeah.
I'm creased down. I'm looking goofy. You know what I'm saying? But it's our culture.
Yeah.
But here it was just different, right? So I'm like, God damn, these niggas fresh. And that's when I met Ira Gregory.
Okay.
So that was the first person I met was IG. When I stepped into North.
Now, when you stepped in the North, what was it? Was it something about his swag that drew you to him?
He had on the Air Maxes.
He had on the Air Maxes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you already people
with,
gave that
with this chop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What they call the DC fade.
Right. Now, back in the day, though, I think it was different. Now, he was one of those people who always. It was funny because he used to clown us because we used to wear our shoes unlaced. You know what I'm saying? And he used to always have his shit tied up. So that was one of those things I always remember. So I'm pretty sure you picked up on that. Just a little fashion thing, just picking up on the fashion. Because I'm one of them people too. As soon as you walk into the room, anybody walk into the room, I'm definitely peeping your shoes, checking your shoes out. Just like, man, let me see what the shoe game is about. You know?
So for the record, for everybody that's been asking for years now, who y'all looking at right now, It's Ill Will. This put me on the drip early on. We ain't know nothing about no dressing too much, none of that, like really name brand what was going on. So like all the Wallabies, the Timbs, all that came from Will. You know what I mean?
So
Will was always above.
Nah,
he was always
man.
ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Will grew up real good, man. So we go Will crib, man. You know,
man, you already know.
living a good life in Will house, man. So shit,
Man, so I said it plenty of times. You know, I grew up military background. My father was in the military. My mother worked, so you know we grew up on Fort Knox. So it was always good. But we did come from Alabama. We come from the country. We from them dirt roads. You know what I'm saying? And all those things. So it's more or less what my father went through, or what my father seen, and he was just like, hey, he took a different route.
How did you get so like even with hip hop? You know, I come from just listening to Screw and all that, so I really learned hip hop from Will. You know what I'm saying? And Fab, for the record, this is who put me on you, my boy.
Nah, no joke. That's facts.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I put, man, that was what? That was so let's take it back. Let's take it back a little bit. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, back in the day we used to have a record store called Avatar. So Avatar used to live right over there where where's that? What's over there? Jordan's and all of that with George used to say. So Avatar used to be over there. So back in the day, when I met Juve and he finally came back from Houston, he put us up on the Chopped and Screw. So he put me on DJ Screw. So my first
Wait.
Yeah,
I brought Screw to Kentucky. No
most
cap.
definitely.
Set the record straight. You see, y'all know. There's a lot of them, hey, we ain't doing no cap right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, yes, sir.
So I ended up going into Avatar and copying a screw tape. And then when I ended up copying that screw tape, that's all we did was, you know what I mean, roll around, bang, screw. And then after that time, during that time, I want to say that's when y'all put us on Lil Flip. What was that? Lil Flip Freestyle King. Your brother used to be spitting. Shout out to my man Raymond. He used to be spitting always, freestyling and all of that. Who turned y'all on to Screw back in the day, or was that just something that was just a regular thing that went on?
Our cousin Richard Perry, Mud.
Uh-huh.
Muddy Water, man. That's what he was. So when he was cooking and doing his thing, you know, we'll be sitting in this spot, and all we do is just jam Screw. And then freestyle at the wash interior with Bo, goddamn Sean P, Coop, everybody.
I think I met Sean P. Sean P came up to the crib when I was in Bowling Green, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so cool. So then you was onto the school. You came up here. Now, when you came up here, what was the difference in music? Because you know, for me, although I am from Bama, you know what I'm saying. I was still bumping Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, and like you said, you know what I mean, turning on to the whole Fabulous thing and everything like that. What was the difference in the music?
That was a culture shock right there.
Yeah.
The East Coast, you know, we was more so on the West Side and down South, and then we did, what was that, Pastor Troy, drama and all that was Mississippi.
Yeah, through Sip. Yeah, shout out Sip, man.
But it was more so like that, you know, we just basically just listened to just, you know, Screw, down South shit.
Yeah.
We just kept it going like that, but then when we met shooting, that's when we started getting into, you know, I ain't even fuck with Jay. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite artist now, but I ain't even fuck with Jay. Like that whole, I ain't even do that. But Corjai, what was Corjai?
Corjai used to bump that CNN, that Capone Noriega.
Yeah, that's what he was on.
He used to bump that CNN. We used to be bumping that real tough. Me, him, and Tremaine.
Man, R.P. Corjai and Tremaine. And for the record, man, I still don't know nobody who can really just freestyle better than I ain't no Corjai. For the record.
Yeah, that's a fact. Them boys definitely go hard. So now you went to North Hardin, man. How was school for you in North Hardin? Were you one of those individuals that you excel in school? Did you do enough to get by? What was it for you?
North Hardin was college. In a nutshell. That's why when we went to college, it was no different.
Right.
So in North, you know,
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
you know,
we smooth.
But all right, so what was that? I had I went to AAU class in 10th grade. So not AAU. Was in Chicago. When you drunk.
Oh, AIM. Aim.
It's called AIM?
Yeah, AIM.
So when you
get
drunk,
in trouble, yeah.
and then you gotta do them classes.
Oh, you talking about AA class? AA class.
AA
Okay,
classes.
yeah.
So I had AA class in 10th grade. No shit, no cap, right? So we used to steal liquor bottles out of what was that?
We used to go at the, I think, yeah.
What's it called?
I think
I used to be on.
old Fort Knox at the shop.
So yeah, we used to steal liquor bottles. So me, man, damn, I don't think was you with us that day? We was on MD 2020.
Yes.
I think I got with y'all later on that day. Y'all had all the MD.
So we used to chug the bottles of MD before school. So I'm in class. I'm done. I filed out my seat. I think my math teacher was also a principal at that time as well. And she was like, "Damn, what the hell wrong with him?" I'm just slouching. So they went and they called the laws on me, went and just drugged me or whatever the case may be. But I was getting loaded back then, so shit, by the time we got in high school and all that, we already did everything.
Yeah, we had
knocking heads off. You hear me? I don't think y'all know what that means, but
nah, go ahead, man.
Bodies.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen.
They ain't started fucking until they was in college. You know what I'm saying? But me, man, hey, man, I was tired by college, P. You know what I'm saying? I was already tired, but I ain't gonna drop no names, nothing like that.
Right, nah.
Having emotion.
But we used to be over at Mo crib. So so just for the record, we used to be at Mo crib. Mo mother used to work. They used to be our spot. You feel me? He had the basement. He had the swimming pool in the back. So we'll get it going. You know what I'm saying? And get it popping. And then that just used to be our thing. Now in 01, majority of us, well, I ain't gonna say majority of, but a lot of us, we ended up graduating from high school. Me, myself.
Before you even say that,
go
right?
ahead.
I only went to college because of my partner right here.
So we finna get to that.
I ain't care about it.
We gonna get to that because we gotta put something together that leads up to that. So I ended up leaving, going to Western Kentucky University, going to school. I ended up coming back down here. I remember coming to your granny house on the block. So we used to come over to your granny house on the block, and I think me and Raymond, we was out there, we was in there shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? And y'all was just like, "Hey man, what's going on up there?" So I started, telling everything about what's going on in the school thing, and then you became interested.
I don't remember none of that.
You don't remember? I know you don't remember that. I do.
I'm saying
I remember being in the room.
all that.
Nah.
And it was when you came through with the dreads,
Okay.
the camo jacket, the gold teeth. Right?
Yeah.
I went and got gold teeth. I started going with dreads. I said, I'm going to college with that nigga. Because I'm like, man, this nigga's a whole different nigga. I'm trying to see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I even started running track and all that shit.
So that's what I was gonna get to. So in high school, you ended up running track and that. What did you run? What all did you run while you was in high school?
So basically, Lil Diéu, my boy Bubba, Demetrius Langley, they was already on the track squad, and my boy Karen Ponda, RP, my boy Karen Ponda, goddamn Russ and them, right? So the only way I can graduate high school is if, you know what I'm saying, I had to finesse my way out, right? So shit, I know if you played sports at North, shit, you pretty much turned up.
Yeah.
Shit, what happened was I just went out there, I ended up running, and I don't know why Coach Webb took a liking to me. And then shit, he put me in my first track meet, he put me in a national track meet, indoor track meet, and I had to run a 400. So, long story short, man, I went national, I went state, you know what I'm saying? I started, doing my little thing. You know what I mean? Got all types of scholarships to go to college and blase. But that was cool. But the real reason why I wanted to go to college, man, because my boy Will came back dripping, man. I'm talking about, I think his swag was different. He had the pounds. I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying, what we doing wrong. So once we went up there and got a snippet of what was going on, I'm like, I'm gonna go to college, you know what I'm saying? College was probably the best decision I made, one of the best decisions I made in my life, though. That shit really opened my mind up. I didn't go to class one time.
Never went to class.
You know what's so crazy? Nigga, everybody was, I passed the test to be on the main campus. I don't get it confused. Uncle was intelligent, right?
You was going, first of all, hold on, before you even say that, you was going to school for engineering. So
Architecture,
engineering.
engineering.
There you go.
I only said that shit because it sounded smart. Nigga, I don't architecture, engineering.
You was like, man, you never went to class though.
Yeah.
But okay, so through the now you just went to your niece's graduation. She just graduated from high school. Now take it back to your graduation when you graduated from high school. Y'all had to hurry up, walk across the stage, and then leave and go run in the state track meet, right? What did y'all end up? What did y'all end up doing there? Did y'all end up winning?
Yeah,
something?
we ended up doing our thing. You know, I came second a few times. I ran against niggas that's in the Olympics now. You feel me? But that shit was cool.
And then you ended up getting a scholarship. Then you came down to WKU. Now when you came down to WKU, is you not with your mother's still down here, your brothers are still down here. You know what I mean? Your granny's still down here. What was it like being away from your people down there in college?
Amazing. That's when we got loose.
Looser.
Yeah, that's when we started having motion then. That's when we started really going down. They had the 929.
We had the Mazda 929, the maroon joint, right?
The maroon joint with the peanut butter guts and the CD in the back.
Right. Hey man, this dude used to get on the road. Well, first of all, man, if y'all ever ride in the car with him, man, he has the worst road rage in the world. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to people. If you ever on the phone with him, talking to him, he doing something, he talking, man, he got road rage.
I'm working on that though.
He goes straight to the phone, man. So that's one thing. Now we was down there, man. When we went down there, that was what? You came down in 2002. I had already been down there. Yeah, you came down there. That's when we ended up running into the Memphis crew, Sean G and all of them, man. How did you end up linking up with Sean G? And are you still in contact with Sean G?
Man, we just yeah, folks, Sean G. Sean G, Chuck, everybody, man. We all linked up. We were just terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end, they was terrible, and then we all had the same kind of aura. So everybody dreaded up, grills in our mouth, just that whole little thing. So we just bumped into each other, and then after that, we started being in Memphis every week.
Yeah, we was in Memphis on the regular down there.
That was turned up. Okay, turned up though.
Now you remember that time we went down to Memphis with Sean G, man, and I think him and his old lady got into it. We wanted to pop out. You probably not.
I remember that.
He was like, yeah, y'all can just go. We was like, man, we ain't finna ride around Memphis without you.
So we went with his peoples.
Yeah.
And then that's when they was finna rob us that night.
Well, that's another time when we came down there. So we came down and we ended up going to the club. This is when I remember this is when Wayne dropped Wayne and what's his name? Static Major had just dropped something, a song, and I think no, it wasn't that.
No. This so we was out there.
You had your dreads in you because you pulled your dreads out.
Yeah, but that's
you
when
put your dreads out.
The iceberg down out of the right? But
yeah.
When we was out there with bro just got shot up. Mm-hmm. The big swole nigga.
Yeah.
He had left the hospital the next day. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out Alicia and all that, Alicia Jones, all y'all out there. But yeah, that's when the niggas circled us. They circled us.
Yeah. They in the club.
They hung out with us the whole time.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the night, they just circled around us. I'm like, damn, we finna get got. I don't know what happened.
Sean G.
Real. I think Sean G had made the call or some shit. I don't know what happened, but it didn't happen though. That was crazy. And we did not stop going. We just kept going to Memphis after that.
Kept going down there, kept making it happen. Now, before we continue, before we get into a little bit more, we're gonna take a quick little break so we can pay our sponsors real quick. First, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my man who's my partners who's letting us hold down the facility. Shout out to Faye Kings. Faye Kings Barbershop. If you need to come in and get your hair lined up, get anything taken care of, make sure you tap in down here at Faye Kings Barbershop in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. That's at 1111 North Dixie Highway in, like I said, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. So tap in. We're gonna take a quick little minute. I'm gonna switch these batteries up so we don't miss none of this footage. But y'all hold on. We're gonna be right back at it.
MJ,
yes, sir.
Legend, man. What you talking about, man?
Man.
Now back to the show with my man Rich God. Now let's get back to where we was at. We was down there, we was fooling around in college back and forth, rolling down to Memphis, so on and so forth. But you ended up doing, how long you ended up doing, about a year and a half or just a full year down there at Western?
It was a year. And And then we got into that little situation.
When we was at the club.
Right. And I just was like, shit, I ain't going back here anyway.
So that was, but you got in that situation at the club. What was it? A little brawl in the club, whatever.
Oh.
And then it was all type of shit with a big glass mirror in the bathroom. Ended up bringing. That was when Detroit Productions. Shout out to my man Ski. Detroit Productions. They was on our head for that whole situation right there. I think
it wasn't even
up.
really them. It was I was in some shit with some Samoans.
Oh yeah, okay. On the football, Samoans on the football team.
Them niggas wasn't no football niggas.
Yeah. That was so just for the record, man, this is just a little history. So we ended up going down there, man. I don't know if you remember Thr, but Thr was cool with this chick named Diana. She was Samoan from Fort Knox. And she ended up moving back home. But her cousins ended up coming out Western to play football.
Mm-hmm.
So they were super cool with the Thr or whatever. So I can't remember, but I know Sapini was one of them, and I think it was Tyrone was her cousin, but he was super cool with Sapini.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just something about their culture when it comes to women. They don't like the disrespect of women to that. But I know that wasn't your situation, but it's a situation that took place my freshman year with them. This is Cats, man. They got into a real big fight or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. But so that situation took place. That was towards the end of your freshman year, my sophomore year being up there. You ended up coming back home. When you came back to Radcliffe, what was the game plan moving forward from there? Were you thinking about going back to Western, or were you looking at doing something different?
So when I went back to Radcliffe, you know, we had something else going on.
Well, we could talk about that because you made a shirt. You made a shirt. You made a jacket, and you know your jacket said you used to sell dope. You used to do all these things. Now that's one of these things I didn't know. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I never knew until we had a conversation on the phone. You know what you was doing, getting your bread.
So you know niggas tell out here.
Yeah.
So when I used to sell a lot of crack. So whatever, right? But I never told nobody what I had going on, and I ain't even nobody tell me.
Right.
At the end of the day, if I don't tell you, you don't know. The only person kind of found out was Little Richard. Because he was like, damn, nigga, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Because I was coming back and forth from that time for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And just creeping in and creeping out. So I come a lot, but I never tell nobody. And then I was getting all my work from Houston and coming out here, so I ain't have to go through certain woo-woo, right? You know what I'm saying? So bam, I was just doing that. I was having some motion.
But even prior to that, even when you was a little bit younger too, you was still kind of dipping in.
Nah, yeah. We fucked around, but you know, it wasn't like what I was doing.
Yeah.
When that came around.
Right. Now, at one point in time, let's take it back. Let's rewind this a little back to back in high school when you was in high school down here at North. Do you remember that time back when they first opened? They opened up TJ Maxx.
Yeah, we ran through it.
So talk about that. So just a little bit of the history of what
TJ Maxx
do back in the
right?
day. Yeah, it's still
it was Marshalls or something.
Nah, it was TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
Yeah, remember when they first opened, I was working there, and I was like, yo, I can't do this.
Yeah. So we ran through that thing. Gangsta Pat, everybody, shit, coming fresh now with Lil Jude, goddamn. Yeah, we just run through that.
So anyway, you know what it's
so basically what it was, right? So, nigga used to work at the mess hall on Fort Knox. It's called the mess hall. River City, right?
Yeah.
So bam, shit, that shit'll get you a little bit of what you want, but it ain't just get you what you need, right? So what happened was, man, niggas got fed up and just started running through the TJ Maxx's and the Walmarts and whatever, man. We got kicked out at I can't go to the mall to this day. That mall out there.
Yeah.
Well,
ain't nothing, you don't want to go, there's nothing.
I'm just saying, I got banned from that mall, you know, and I wasn't even the nigga that was stealing for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, what it was, but we used to run through that thing, we stayed fresh. That's when that,
they stealing, I'm driving, I'm just getting out.
Boo, all that right there, yeah, it was turned up. I really was selling clothes out my locker too. That was crazy.
They used to go in there, hit the store, right? And we'd be parked down there like the Kroger.
You was the driver.
We up out of there, you know what I'm saying?
We wasn't even on some old. We had a we did. We had a cold little plate. We'd go in there with the
duffel bag.
We'd go in there with the big sweats on and And I know the folks know we was stealing, bro. We was just so obvious, right? But then it got so crucial to where I remember Gangsta Pat came in them motherfucker with 2 big ass bags and just filled them hoes up and ran up out that motherfucker.
Filled them over clothes, go. Took off first next.
We ain't wear the same outfit. No days. Ooh, that was live.
Yeah, that was something. That was definitely back in the day. So I definitely wanted to get that out just so people can understand and get an understanding of coming where you come from, where you came from to where you are.
Yeah, me and Mo had the soldieries. You know what I'm saying? We call them soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And they came out with the Kentucky ones with the gunboat, the Kentucky on the bottom of them.
Yep.
And we had the American flag.
They had the American flag
shorts.
shorts.
American flag from Old Navy. We was cleaning them up with that.
I remember
We grabbed flags and
so.
shit. Yeah, we was turned up. We was dripping.
Yeah.
Nigga been dripping. Shit show.
Shit show. That's definitely a fact. Now, when you did, the situation took place when we were in college. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit more. The situation took place when we was in college. You ended up back down here. Now you down here, you trying to figure out what you want to do. You always said, man, when I go back, this is one thing that Tremaine said. He was like, I think the Juve told me. He said when he go back home, he finna go get it. It's on. And you ended up going back down to Houston, going to Texas. When you got down there, what did you start doing? Because you didn't give up on school. You ended up going to what you call
So
my
cousin Pistol P was like, man, look, bro. You need to come to Texas Southern. He
Texas
said,
Southern.
They got all the ass on it, right? He was like, shit, every bitch got a big booty out here, right? So I'm like, I bet. And as soon as I hit the yard, I go to the financial aid building, because you know what I'm saying, I never put a place. So they was giving out 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. On the residual, what's the whole called?
Residual checks.
Right, so refunds, right? Nigga, I hit the yard, nigga, I got on vocal. You know what I'm saying? I'm clean. White ones, vocal, I'm clean. Held down, right? Nigga, I run into 4 little chicks from San Antonio. College except the 5-star girls, right? Cold. Looking like that, you look lost. I'm like, yeah, I'm lost. Right?
Yeah,
I ain't lost shit.
Always
I'm
been
happy,
finesse.
right? So I'm lost. You know what's happening. So bam, they take us to the financial aid building. You feel me? I'm like, look, man, I don't know my way around. I need you to help me get to my room. You feel me? You know, where you at? They say, shit, I'm in one of these dorms over there. I know where you at. Walk me to my dorm, right? There's 2 girls, 4 girls was with me, 2 girls left. 2 girls, they take me to my dorm. I whack them on the spot. I say, nigga, I'm staying. There was no way I was leaving. No way I was leaving.
Right.
I'm talking about Texas Southern was so live, because when you go in the yard, it's these trees, right? And it's the fraternity got their own trees. So when you go through there, it's the DJ on the yard. DJ High C, MC Quay, and all them niggas on the yard, right? Nigga, it was turned up. It's a student center. So, nigga, I'm trying to get to class. It ain't no way I'm getting to class. Because I got to go through a party to get to class, and it was a fashion show.
Yeah.
Bitches was wearing nothing but heels and dresses. You gotta think, I don't get none of this. I'm like, oh, nah, this is too crazy, right? So I did. I stopped on the yard. It was over after that. I never left that spot. And I didn't go to class at either.
Didn't go to school there either. Now you started at Western. Now Western's a school. Now at the time it was a school. A lot of black people was going down to Western to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But Texas Southern is HBCU. Now, what was the difference of going to a regular school like Western and then coming down to Texas and going to a school like?
Traditionally, bro, I would tell anybody to go to a black historical school. It's just the culture. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody I went to school with are entrepreneurs now. Everybody making millions. I'm talking about literally. If you ever heard of Turkey Leg Hut, like Lynn, he went to Texas Southern. That nigga got millions and millions and millions. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Courtney, the list goes on and on and on. So like Slim and all them was there, Paul, all them niggas there, like a lot of people there. Texas Southern was food. But I would tell everybody to go to a historical black college. It's for the networking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my skills come from me just being on that yard, just seeing certain things, because you had to really go get it. The book boy was riding the G-Wagon back then. You know what I'm saying? My partner Markel had the S500s, the 550s, the 500, the 550 just came out, I want to say. the dean. It was just the dean and my boy Markel. Like we were seeing things early on, so it was just like the speed of everything was crazy. That's when I ran saw my pops from Dallas, and we got locked in. And then, you know what I'm saying, Texas Southern, black school, black women everywhere. Shit, that shit good.
Yeah, shit.
But go to school though.
Now, what was it like? Because when I ended up coming down there a few years ago, I came down for the Meek Mill concert, and you kind of took me through on the little tour, man, of like, hey, you was over here in these different parts, in these different neighborhoods. Now, those dorm rooms, those areas that y'all was staying in weren't just like typical, because it was still going down out there too, right?
Nah, so we lived off campus pretty much.
Okay.
So basically, it wasn't like boy, girl. It was just an apartment that you were staying in and anybody could stay in there. So that's another thing. You know, like Jewels, I used to be in Greystone.
Yeah.
That shit, you gonna sell drink, pills, and trap.
Special, man.
You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker trap Greystone.
Special, man.
True.
Now, what's the little chicken spot you took me by there? It's a little chicken spot up there too.
Frenchies.
Yeah, that was dope. That was definitely fire. Have to go back out there and check that out. And then also right down the street from where you was at is Beyonce neighborhood, right?
Yeah, it's McGregor's behind us. So it's McGregor Park down that way by the bayou. And you got Texas Southern, you got U of H across.
Yeah, U of H.
And then you got Third Ward, at the bottoms. And that's where it's Tetris at.
Right. Now, okay, so you there, you ended up. Now let's bring up this person name too, because he's other one of your partners who I know that you met at Texas Southern too, who you roll with. He owns the clothing store down there in Houston. What's the name of the store?
You talking about Capricio?
I'm talking about T-Mac brother.
Oh yeah, Chance.
Yeah.
I ain't meet Chance. Chance with the school in Memphis.
Okay.
So when we was out there in Memphis, that's where he was at. Trace McGrady, brother Chance McGrady is my dog, my right hand man. Like, he on Soul Lounge out there in Houston. He came a little later on though. So
Okay.
he and Brooke, JB and all that, and that's who I came up with. And that's who got the lightning bolt on they had Capricio.
What you call? That's the one we had the fashion show when I came down there, right?
Nah, that was Jay Malone at the fashion show.
But it was the dude. What's the dude who she date? What's her nigga name?
Nah, that's Jimmy Boat.
Jimmy
Nah,
Boat.
that's somebody
Okay,
else.
that's somebody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay, cool. I'm fast forward a little bit too fast. So when you down there, man, and you down there on the campus, you down there on the yard, were you picking up some of the fashion? When did you
I brought
start
the
picking?
drip there.
You brought the drip there?
There
for
was
them?
no drip in Houston.
Yeah.
None. None. I came through with the Euro tractors, the Timbs. We coming through, you know what I'm saying, academic. Yeah, niggas when you buying,
Yeah.
you know, them type of pens then, Rockin' Republic, you know what I'm saying, antique denim, shit. We brought True Religions there. We did all that. We brought all that, you know what I'm saying, Stan Smith, you know, for real, you always that one. You know what I'm saying? We did all that. Them niggas ain't had no drill. We got there, niggas was wearing Dream USA shorts. I don't even know what them is. Sweat shorts with the big pockets on the side that you get from the corner store.
Okay.
Trash.
Right.
Mama, trash.
Gotcha.
They know that. So we brought the drip there. Niggas ain't even know what Tim was. Yeah, we did all that. They ain't had no dreads. There was only one nigga that had dreads there for real. So we brought all that drip. My partner came on the yard. Louis backpack. Yeah. So it was like that.
Getting it popping. Now, during this whole time, I'm still in contact with you, still, you know, rapping back and forth. Your brother and Mo, they had ended up catching their case, so they were sitting down for a little bit, so everybody's still tapping in with one another. But then eventually your brother came home, you moved him back down there to Texas with you, got him from out the mixture up in here. Now, you down there, at this point in time, you started having a brand called Rich Skate House.
Now before that, so basically my big bro, Bobby Taylor, had a store called End Zone. He had a club called The Office. That's when everything started, you know what I'm saying? Remember Donovan Nab?
Yeah.
I used to be able, that's when I started like understanding the money. The nigga had a big ass mansion, had all the cars, had everything. That's when I really started understanding what money was and seeing how millionaires operate and how they roll. That was like 2008. And that's when I kind of like When I started seeing that, that's when I knew I was doing something wrong, right? So shit, how they operate versus how we operate, we had like 15,000 in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? We spending that shit. This nigga won't even go buy nothing. So around that time, you know, I had access to the mansion, access to the club, access to the store that I can always walk in and do what I want to do. So every time I go to the club, I had 25 bitches with me, right? Man, we popping out shit. It was downtown at that point in time. Houston downtown. That shit was going stupid. You know what I'm saying? It was going crazy. You feel me? But it was around that time when I started kind of. That's when I got my name.
But they start calling you. Is that when they start calling you Murph?
Nah, Murph was just some TSU shit. But
Right.
when I got my name, it was like before Instagram and all that, and like Facebook was still on the rise doing its thing. We had this dude named Akim. You feel me? He was like when you in the clubs, they'll take pictures of you in the club.
Yeah,
You get your name on the photo. You know what I'm saying? You turned up.
Right.
And then they had it to where when you go on the website, it'd be like freshest of the year, you know what I'm saying? Hustler, I mean, not of the week, hustler of the week, all this shit, right? So it was like status. You gotta think, the club that we was at, you're gonna see Shaquille O'Neal, you're gonna see Steve Francis, you're gonna see Nelly, you're gonna see goddamn me, Pharrell, whoever, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Nigga, I was around all this all the time, and it was normal. So this when it became normalized, you get what I'm saying? So I wasn't shocked. My first time meeting Jay-Z and Beyonce, I was fucked up though. You know what I'm saying? I was stiff, I couldn't even move. I didn't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? We was at Salon B-Day party. Nigga Lil Wayne, that whole Kelly, all the big dogs, we weren't supposed to be in that motherfucker, bro. There was no reason why we was in there.
How y'all end up getting in there?
Man, we knew somebody that was tied in with rap a lot, and they, you know, we got in, they knew Salon. And shit, we just walked in with them like we was with them.
Right.
And, you know.
Yeah, I remember them times. So y'all used to always be in the club, have you taking pictures. So that was kind of like that was the thing right there, getting the pictures and getting them out there.
We was on pills though.
Yeah, I remember you said that. You was on, you know, you had a lot going on as far as popping pills, because at one point in time you had to kind of like step back to, you know, wean yourself off of everything and get back focused, right?
I just got tired. I just got bored for real, bro.
Yeah.
So we was popping pills in before they got fake. Goddamn, my brother. This man come to Houston, bro.
You take them fentanyl pills from
Nah, he come to Houston, bro. So when you pop a handle, WG249, flatbacks, yellows, you know what I'm saying, whites, whatever, you know what I'm saying. You pop one of those, then you chase with some alcohol, and you done. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, he don't really know what's going on like that. Then he had to. So basically, long story short, bro, we riding, bro, full. He on them handles. We in the rental, we my granny rental. You feel me? They came down for the furnace or something. He let off the shot, bah! That bitch go through the window. This nigga in the front seat, he throw the gun in the back seat. And it landed my partner Troop. No, he in the back seat. He throw the gun in the front seat, and this nigga Troop, man, he threw the gun in Troop hands. This nigga said, don't do whatever, bro. The man naturally threw the gun, and this man laughed. He didn't even know he did it. The shot went through the window. It missed my head by 2 inches. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving, that bitch. You know what I'm saying? No cap.
Yeah.
Through the window.
Right.
This man could have killed me. He wouldn't even know he killed me though.
It was that just.
Cause that handle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Dump that handle. You know what I'm saying? He popping 3 and 4, 5 bars. He ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? And we was on one, right? So shit. Man, I pulled over the car in front of my partner Lil Ben, Uncle house, Granny house, something, bro. We got into it. The man tried to reach for the gun. I had a 40 ounce. I had to pop my little brother in the head with a 40 ounce. He got the cut right there still, but that was the only way to stop this nigga, bro, because he ain't gonna know, because you black out on them handles.
Right.
So shit, the laws come. He fucked up. The laws come.
What?
Man, the laws couldn't even. The laws, what's that motherfucker?
Taser.
They tased this nigga 4 times. They couldn't put him down. They they tased him, he wouldn't go down, bro.
Right.
By the time they had to jump on that boy's ass, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, we went to go pick this man up out of jail the next day. The car banged up, it's bloody, it's bullet holes in it. We went to go pick this man up. The man didn't even know what happened, bro.
No clue.
You know what I'm saying? That was the handlebar era. You feel me?
So you ended up getting off with the handlebars. Now, after you got off the handlebars, is that when you always kind of fuck with the music, but you ended up?
I was pimping.
Okay.
So I was
Just get to that part.
I
Let's
was
talk
pimping.
about
The
that
rap
too.
shit was just me. I'm pimping.
Yeah.
So I'm having it, right? So I had 6 bitches. I'm talking about cold too. One of my coldest ones was an Asian situation. Cold, man.
So was that what you said that was your? What they say in that word? That was your bottom. What you said that was your bottom? Okay.
So what happened was I knocked her for my partner. I ain't even try to knock her though, right?
Yeah.
Damn. She used to just fuck with me on some cool shit. So nigga, I used to make a badass fried chicken, baked beans, cornbread, and you know, this little hood meal, right? So she came through one day, man, I just whipped some shit up, right? She, I like this, right? Bam, 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 right? So whatever, right? She just fucking with me, right? So what happened was she was going to Vegas. She was fucking with Floyd and all them niggas, right? She going to Vegas, bam. So the thing is, they tried to take her paper. She was like, hey, can I send you this money? You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. You just put in your account for me. Bam, so she kept sending the money to Houston. And you know what I'm saying, hold the bread, right? So I'm holding the bread for it. I ain't touching it. It ain't my money. And one day she was just like, hey, yo, keep that money. I'm like, what you mean keep it? She's like, keep the papers. I'm like, shit, you want me to keep the money? You feel me? I'm sitting there, I'm looking at 100. She like, keep the bread. So I kept the bread, right? She like, shit, from now on, I'm gonna just send you the bread. And that's how I got chose up. I got a partner named Beneficial from Oakland. He the one told me, like, you know, they like you. Because I just get clothes and shoes up out of, you know what I'm saying, situation. But then when that happened, you know, so I'm full flood in the game, man. I'm coming in 100 up.
Right.
You feel me? First bitch. And then I start having hoes come through from everywhere. I'm talking about, nigga, all I'm doing is charting on the social media. I'm having them coming in, I'm popping them. So I pimped for 6 years.
Okay.
And that shit got stressful though.
Yeah. So okay. So you say it got stressful. What were some of those things?
That's what made my drug had to go up. So nigga, me, Cruz, and Pooh, nigga, we sat on West Time, a nigga in our apartment, nigga, and chewed up 50 pills.
Right.
In like a weekend. But we trying to maintain these bitches. That's when Cruz had this white girl. She came through and copped the 745. The BMW, the big body bitch, right? We flooding that, we Mazda, we all that off the bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I love that though.
Now, when you transition from the pimping, you ended up getting into the music, and then that's when you started.
I never was really into music.
You weren't really into the music?
I was pimping.
But you was dope with the music, though.
But I was pimping, so I had to do something, because the bitch gonna be like, damn, nigga, you just sitting around spending money, you ain't doing nothing. So I'm in the studio just fucking off, I'm high.
But you did end up dropping music, though.
Yeah.
How many projects did you end up dropping? Because I remember you sent me the one that was...
Man, I was
because
sending you music, Will, I never dropped nothing.
So you never even projects
But you gotta think though,
because you
I'm
had the
doing this.
Sanchez Paris joint. Because
Man, that shit be cap, man. I'm all the YouTube shit. That shit was cap. That is for the bitch. The bitch needs to see like, oh, this shit working. He's spending it on this here. Actually, that bitch, we buy cars. Bitch, we buy houses. But the bitch like, damn, you know, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, yeah, man, I'm paying my engineer this, I'm paying studio time this, but I'm not paying niggas nothing.
But the music was dope. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
The music was dope. You feel me? I was running around, I was smoking music. I'm really digging, you know what I'm saying? These dropping music.
My pimp was hard, man. My pimp was harder than fashion.
Yeah. But you say pimping harder than the fashion?
No, for real.
Yeah. Nah, man.
Nigga, I sat there, nigga, one time on my mama, I come out partner right now. Nigga, I sat there, nigga, my bitch right here, nigga. she used to like sweet potato pie to the French. She liked sweet potato pie. She ain't from my culture, right? She, man, I like this. I was just like, man, I want that motherfucking Jeep, nigga. That's all I said, nigga. I swear, nigga, we can have a Jeep.
Black joints, the Rubicon.
Black joints.
Yeah.
Literally up.
Yeah, cause you ended up coming up here with the Rubicon that one time.
Yeah, I drove all in them.
You had with the wheels was popped out.
But that's what it was. So I like the pimping is what basically made me understand how to brand and how to sell, you know, at a high level. And then like my nigga who I came up with in this fashion game was my boy Money to Blow. I can't speak too much on that, but that's you know what I'm saying? His ism is all the way up there, right? Right. So that's what I came up with. I'm only even doing the Louis Vuitton stuff because he asked me to do it. I would have never done that if he ain't asked me to do it. But that culture is what pretty much, you know, branded the whole thing. Even when I had the other brand with the skateboard and all that.
That's what I was gonna say, because you ended up getting into the rich skate house.
I learned, I got a good clientele off that, but that wasn't my brand.
Right, it was the
I came into the brand. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was cool. I learned how to market. I got a big fan base behind that. I had the Anti-Bro. I had a few brands. It was cool, but
now, because after you started doing the Anti-Bro, that's when you ended up transitioning over to into Made by Rich Guy. You start doing the more Made by Rich Guy stuff, right?
Made by Rich God is tricky. So Rich God was just an alias that I came up with because I used to be in I used to travel to Cartagena, Colombia a lot.
Yeah, I remember. I used to see you going over to Colombia.
This Instagram page was called Rich God because I had the other brand page. It was Diéu Est.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Damn, I forgot all about that.
That was Diéu Est.
Yeah.
So Rich God was just a page where I would just bag broads from. But then I was on some Colombian shit, so I was only fucking with Colombians and chicks from Venezuela and all that. So that page had like a few hundred followers on there. I bought a crib in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Around that time, and that page was just that. So it was just a low key page. I only followed chicks on there. That was what that was, right? Man, I don't know how the hell that page ended up turning up, but the Made by Rich God came from me just doing a few little custom pieces and whatnot. I ain't started taking fashion serious until 2018. But I was making a few pieces, and you know, I just was posting on that page. Right. But it was just a bag, right? And what happened was people just started buying pieces here and there, and they'd be like, I got this Made by Rich God.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And as I'm recording them, because like, one thing about social media, people like attention, you know what I'm saying? I'm good at selling attention. That's what this shit comes from. This is all about making people feel good about what they got on. You know what I'm saying? When you put that shit on, you feel good. So if I'm recording, I'm like, my boy got it on. Bam. So I'm over like, yeah, man, I got this shit made by Rich God. So shit, it just dawned on me. I'm like, God damn, it's hard. Because the other shit wasn't really doing nothing because of the name. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the name was it was natural how the name transpired. Because the LLC is underneath Diéu Est. That's the company name.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the parent company. So everything trickles down underneath there. So the Made by Rich God was just by somebody saying, I got this Made by Rich God. Thought about it. I'm like, man, fuck it, I'm finna go ahead and LLC this. LLC trademarked it, you know, and I just started running out with it. So Made by Rich God just came from a name that I was just having on some dry shit, and it just prospered.
Okay.
And then the whole, me even going into fashion, I was dealing with this girl named Tiffany White. And Tiffany was a cold piece too, man. She cold piece, man. Tiffany was a cold piece. So I tried to play on Tiffany a little bit. So when I first met her, first time I met her, she came through and threw me a bean. Shit, let you know, we was at the corner store over there on Sophomore. No, not Sophomore, but Stripes. She came through the bins, dropped me off a bag. You know what I'm saying? Just a little band, right? because my choosing fee was $5K.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? She came through with 1,000, but it wasn't even like that. I was trying to finesse the play. So she came through, gave me 1,000, but when she drove off, she had this look in her face. I'm like, damn, something ain't right about Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this money back. I didn't though, you know what I'm saying? Drop dead gorgeous, you know, feel me? Cold piece. So I ain't get the money back. So I started fucking with her. You feel me? She started to get a little bit more chain, no pants, shit, doing like this, you know what I'm saying? Woo woo, right? So bam, she was caught up in it. So we went to a partner. We had to go to a partner. Brandy, she had a party. So this how I got started. She was like, "Hey, let's get some clothes made." I'm like, "Shit, I don't know how to get no clothes made." You feel me?
Yeah.
She was like, "Shit." She took me to the fabric store.
Okay.
She was like, "Pick out some fabric." I ain't never been no fabric store. I don't know nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? So we went to the fabric store. I got some blue cotton material and I got some sailor pants, sailor material. She took me to the seamstress and was like, "Hey, tell me what you want to get made." I'm like, "Tell me what you mean? Tell me what I want to get made." So shit, I got the pants made, the sailor pants made. I got the trench coat made. That shit was terrible, but it was clean. You know what I'm saying? So bam, we come back a week later. We get the items. We go to the old girl party. You know, everybody in there, you know, just like, damn, y'all clean as hell. You know what I'm saying? The hell you got going on? What you got on? So they kept asking what I got on. I'm like, shit, just something I made.
You ain't got no name for it at the time.
Ain't what even nothing. I got into
yeah.
this shit. I don't give a fuck no fashion for real. You know what I'm saying? I just like the drip. So bam, they kept asking where you get this from? I'm like, man, I made it. They was like, shit, you made me one? I'm like, yeah, I made you one. I have a price, I have nothing going on. I don't know what the fuck going on right there. So I just was like, I'll make you one. How much you gonna charge me? In my head, I'm like, shit, what the fuck? This is all at this moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. Say shit, I charge $700 for this. Yeah, page.
Do a number.
I'm 500. I'm capped though. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I actually started my brand by that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always commend her and I salute her because shit, I wouldn't even be doing this if I didn't meet her. You feel me? If she never asked me to go make some clothes, I would have never ever started this little brand I got going on right now.
Now let's take it back because we had a little conversation one time. You ended up calling me one day. I was staying over there across the railroad tracks, and you hit me up. You like, man, what's up, Will? You know, we talking. You was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. You know what he told me? He said, man, you fell off. He said, man, you fell off, nigga. Straight up, real conversation, nigga. I'm wearing size 40, 42 pants. You feel me? As my nigga BJ say, fat and greasy. Couldn't do nothing. So I was like, man, you know what? I said, man, you right. I thought about it. I was like, yo, man, when I go to the store, I never see shit, the dope shit in my size. So he was like, hey, you know, it sparked something in my head. So what did I start doing from there? From there, that's when I started going to the gym. Yeah. Boom, I started working out, trying to get this shit off me. But the whole time, because like you said from the beginning, I had always been into fashion. So I had ended up starting in 2013. I ended up starting my brand, Exclusive. I remember talking to you about it. So I ended up kicking Exclusive off. And I was so head over heels with trying to run my thing and do my thing on my own. I never forget this. You said, Will, let me buy that brand.
Hell yeah.
You said, man, let me buy that. I was like, man, I felt like that was me. You know what I mean? I was supposed to do my thing, so I never ended up, you know what I'm saying?
So when I say buy a brand, I mean, I'm gonna buy your brand. You're still gonna have a percentage of it.
Right.
I'm just going to
make that motherfucker pop.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I tell my partners, if you basically, I can sell whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because selling is just a mindset. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, people pretty much hold themselves back by furthering their life. You You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The first thing I always tell a person is start with your health first. You know, I'm a vegan. I've been a vegan 6 years. I've been eating clean since 2012. You know what I'm saying? I won't touch anything. I read everything.
How was it finding some vegan shit down here?
It was cool.
It was cool. In the city. Yeah, in the city, but okay.
But I say that to say that it's no excuse for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, you're gonna find a way to do it. So if I be like, shit, Will, you become vegan, nigga, cook in the crib.
Right.
Pre-cooked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in I'm trying things. I don't even use the word. There's no such thing as either you gonna do or you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no. It's just people have their urges and they have their You know, most people like, I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop doing this here. Nigga, I was popping pills 8 years straight.
Nigga, I didn't say.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the minute I said I'm gonna stop doing drugs, nigga, I just woke up one day. I woke up one day and I was like, nigga, I'm done doing drugs. And I never looked back. I woke up one day and said, I'm not drinking. I never looked back because ain't nobody got a key in your back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, shit, if you gonna stop it, you gonna stop it. I don't believe in excuses. I don't believe in trying. I don't believe in none of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it takes you to get up and do what you do.
Yeah.
It's like if you in a relationship and you know what I'm saying, you wanna go fuck off on your chick, right? Which I don't condone, no nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you got any type of situation going on and you told this woman a certain type of thing, you know what I'm saying? You're not a player, you're a cheater, you're a lame. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with my bitch off the muscle. You know, I'm having it. I'm doing what I'm doing. So at the end of the day, if you go fuck off on your chick and you mentally put yourself in this situation, right? You said, I'm finna go do this. Nigga, you got to get up, put clothes on, drive to wherever you going, go get some straps, you know what I'm saying, whatever you doing. Jump in it, nigga, this is you doing this. Anything in life, you do this.
Yeah.
You get up, go to work, you're doing this. So at the end of the day, you have to get up and go get this weed. You got to get up, go do this. You got to get up, go do that. Motherfuckers need to use that same momentum into something that really helps them prosper in life. Nigga, I made millions, nigga, easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit don't take nothing but just dedication and just saying, nigga, I'm finna work straight. Nigga, I worked 3 years straight. Didn't stop. Didn't spend too much bread. You know what I'm saying? I just stayed locked in and I stayed focused. Even though little shit did get in my way, but it don't get in your way. Because if you right here, nigga, I'm just go this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you started running into, you went up to the party, y'all put the fit together, you didn't even know what you was doing. But you ended up transitioning into one of the things that I saw that took off that I always noticed was the bandana shit that you was doing for people. So talk about that a little bit. What inspired you to get into the Paisley print and start using that? Because you went a unique way about utilizing that print when you was doing it too.
So we come from a gangbanging culture, you feel me? Whether it's, you know, Lil Crip, GD, whatever you is, you feel what I'm saying? So like culturally, I seen a brand throw something on ASAP Rocky. I'm like, oh, they tripping, you know what I'm saying? But it was just on some vintage, old school festivals from back in the day type vibes, right? Aesthetically. Man, I just did my own thing. I went and got the actual bandanas and we pieced it up and made it into a shirt. Before 6ix9ine was on that snitching shit and what he got going on, we had actually made a piece for him. That had a bunch of different colors on it, so pretty much blend with his hair. But he had gotten to the situation, I'm glad we never did that, right?
Yeah.
So bam, that's when I posted it, it went viral. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's your boy name to be doing the crib walking? OT Genesis.
OT Genesis, yeah.
Young Thug, Gunna, shit. We popped up together on that blast right there. So I made the bandana trench and all that, but it just spiraled. And when I made the bandana puffer, it just spiraled up. But it just me just doing creative shit. Ain't nothing really major.
Now, at one point in time too, and I know that's your partner, you still rock with him. But Slim Thug, you was rocking with Slim Thug real heavy. I seen y'all out. You was styling him, putting him in some stuff. How did you eventually ended up transitioning into that when you start getting some of these superstars and these people who had a big name to want to get into your gear?
I mean, I'm just dripping.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, they artists. They want to see their career take off, and shit, they come to me for it.
Yeah.
And then bro, you know, he do what he do. He like, bro, I want to do something different. So we went to the mall. I got him. First time he ever wore like Chelsea boots and certain type of jeans. And
you put me on the Chelsea.
You know what I'm
boots,
saying?
too.
We turned them up. It was a cool situation on my dog.
Yeah. Now, after that, and I know you was rocking with Slim Thug. You was putting Slim in a lot of different things. But eventually, at one point in time, anybody who was coming through Houston at that time, they was coming to see Rich Guy.
They wasn't just coming to see me.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was, again, my networking skills and me building good relationships and having a good rapport card with people, that's the most important thing you can do is have a good rapport card with people. You know what I'm saying? One thing you don't want to do is burn bridges with nobody. So what I do is, if I got anything going on that ain't right with somebody, I make that shit right. Because at the end of the day, it's the people that you build relationships with is gonna take it to the next level.
Right,
so
right.
my sister Jay Malone, who you met,
Yeah.
that's the reason why I even rock with Fab.
Okay.
She was like, yeah, yo, I got Fab out here, woo woo, you need some drip. And she was like, I had to call you. But
So-
I'm always ready.
How was Jay Malone connected and tied in with
Jay
Fab?
Malone is the influence.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, at the end of the day, she rock with these them kids the long way. You know, she's the culture queen. She gonna make sure in her demographic of people, she gonna make sure it's popping. So we had a promotional team called Privé with John Carter created, with Jay Malone, me, Tay Mitch, Migos, Tahari, you know, just some people, right?
Yeah,
We had a
yeah.
live ass club scene, so we was throwing parties, but none of us were promoters. So the way we threw parties was totally different. You had to come in dressed up. You had to have certain aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? And we always brought out the most beautiful women to our parties.
Right,
So
right.
that's what our name got brought up for. And we used to throw big ass festivals that never, none of them ever. You know what I'm saying? The festivals was, the idea and everything was amazing, but none of them actually happened. They always get shut down. It'd be something that we didn't do with the city and so on and so on. But that's how me and Malone started going crazy though.
Okay, cool. Because I know we came down there. She had the fashion show, and then she needed you on the fly. We ended up running to the spot. You picked out some pieces.
I'm always ready. And one thing I always tell people, always be ready. If you say you do something, make sure you live by it and stand on top of it. Because if I be like, yo, I need such and such, they be here in 2 hours. You gotta be ready.
Yeah.
And I'ma always have something on standby. And even if I don't, I'm gonna wake up my seamstress, shit, we finna get in the lab. And we gonna make this shit shake. French Montana called me plenty of times, hey, I need this by this time. You feel me? I dropped the ball on Busta Rhymes. He just hit me about a week or two ago. About a week ago before his 50th birthday. And the margin was there.
Yeah.
But his size is different, so I ain't come through, so I missed his 50th.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been monumental, you feel me?
Right, yeah.
So that's one of the things I kind of beat over my head lately, but I don't let it fuck with me. But it's like, you know, just be 90% on time.
Now, speaking of being on time, Rick Ross comes into town. At this point in time, you was doing the Wraith jackets.
I'm ready.
You had the Wraith jacket. Now when he was coming through, did you already have something together? Did you have to get his sizes?
It was together.
How did that work?
It was together. What happened was somebody from another city had copied my jacket.
Okay.
And then Say Cheese had posted like, yo, this is the originator of this jacket, the Wraith jacket. The Wraith jacket was my first piece that I actually charged a large amount of money for. It was $3,500. So bam, that bitch went viral. It went stupid. So he went ahead and tried to whip it up, right? He know Rick Ross, so he threw it on Rick Ross' back. And then Rick was in the video like, yeah, I got the Wraith jacket on. We shut that shit down quick to the video and everything. So I had to Say Cheese ended up posting it, people reaching out, bam. So probably like a year passed by. I'm rocking out with Shaquille O'Neal and Johnny and all them. We just rocking out. And Ross come through. They ain't talked in years though. Over something that happened, right? So this is their first time talking in years. I actually had the jacket with me. I'm like, nigga, this shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Threw the jacket on Ross. But I ain't never just really do nothing with Ross.
Right, yeah, I know.
That
I
was
remember doing that situation took place, and it was kind of.
It was just us.
Yeah.
At the time.
Right. Good timing. You was able to make that happen.
And I was like, yeah, this is the original rape.
From there. Now after that ended up happening, you start getting more and more into the fabrics. You start going to the store. You're picking out more high-end fashion, so on and so forth. And then you start painting pieces on the back of your shirt too. Now, one thing that people don't know, you've always been able to draw. You've always been cold with that. Now, you hand painting these pieces yourself. How are you coming up with the ideas to put these things on there? Where were you drawing? Where were you drawing that inspiration from?
So that was just a point in time where I didn't know where I was gonna go. That was about 2017, 2016. I didn't know where I was gonna go with fashion. You know what I mean? So I'm just really freestyling and doing endangered species and doing this human 1,000 human clothes and just these dope ass pieces. They just end up becoming live with my partner Lace and them. They already had big names, so they would throw these pieces on. You know what I mean? I had the stones and everything on them, so it was something like that. That paint thing was cool.
Yeah.
It was just a point. It was a gap where I was just trying to figure out where I'm gonna go with it. And like I said, when bro came through with the when he asked me to do the Louis Vuitton shirt, I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because somebody else was known for it, and that's what they was doing. But they didn't do the actual button-ups and things of that nature. So I'm like, bro, I have to do something totally different. So we did that. I mean, that shit spiraled from there. That and the Sean Weatherspoon jacket I did for those shoes, it spiraled after that. It went up.
So people start from there. People start picking up, and they want to grab these pieces because you put
on a higher level.
On a higher level.
Yeah.
Because now we had a conversation just recently, and you was like, "Hey, Will, these are my customers. These are your particular customers that you go because you do more high-end fashion. But from where you started at to where you are now, it was definitely a process, right?
It's just me taking it serious. 2018, I said, nigga, I lost a lot of things in that flood that happened in 2017.
Right, I remember that happened because you was gonna open the store.
I was gonna do a whole lot. I lost a lot of whatever, right? So I'm like, God damn, I gotta turn up. So 2018, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I need an M. So you know what I'm saying? When I first hit my first 100 off the fashion, I'm like, damn, this shit too easy. And then it just started spiraling up there. But I just said, fuck it, I want to make this amount of money. So like I say, if you want to do something, I don't care how old you is, what you got going on. If you say, hey man, I want to do this. You know what I mean? All I do is just go into I do a drawing board, right? And I just brainstorm and I say, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put these pieces together to eventually make the shirt. So like if you sell $100 shirt, you sell 10,000 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do the math. You sell 1,000 of them, you do the math. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You be like, shit, I'm gonna sell 150. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I got a t-shirt right now, it's $325. I'm gonna sell 1,000 of them, right? So out there one shirt, I'm gonna make $325. So the 25 went into the production, and I got 300 off a t-shirt. That's how my mind think though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit. If I drop like my Louis Vuitton puffer jacket, they $3K. Nigga, I make $30,000 in 3 minutes. As soon as I drop it on the ground, I got 10 orders.
Right.
It's 30,000. So if I say I want to do 30, I make 90,000 in about an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just how my mind thinks. Because at the end of the day, there's a buyer for everything. And when you sell yourself short, you end up short. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you can't tell me that this is too high, because at the end of the day, you ain't got to buy it.
Right.
You know
Somebody else who got it gonna come get this.
They ain't even got it. They don't have to have it. They can have a job. Like a lot of my clients don't have this amount of money, but at the end of the day, if you want something, you gonna get it.
Right.
If you want that bag, you're gonna save to get that bag. If you want to go on that trip, you're gonna save to go on that trip. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on where you place your dollars at. Like I tell motherfuckers, I got partners who want to smoke and drink all day. And, like serve like that. Nigga, mine is $100, $200, $300, bro. Nigga, if you take away from, just say, if you got something that's taken away from your progress in life. If you take away that problem and you take that bread and put it over here, you know what I'm saying? You out your, there ain't no crabs in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Niggas put themselves in the bucket.
Yeah.
So I got niggas right now who got all the potential in the world. And it's like, bro, y'all niggas is tripping, bro. Like, this shit is easy money. Don't wait to see me turned up for you to be like, man, I want to go get it. No, nigga, you gotta have this shit already in your mind. Cause nah, I'm looking at niggas. Tyler Perry's about to build $100 million crib right now.
I seen that. That shit crazy, ain't it?
I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They got $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, ain't no such thing as not that. I come from the block, Wood Creek.
Wood Creek, yeah.
You feel me, nigga? Nigga, my dough is right there. Nigga, my shit now, nigga, you gotta go through security. You gotta go, niggas, you gotta go all the way to the top. The views is different. You know what I'm saying? But shit, at the end of the day, it's like, nigga, it ain't nothing I can't have. You know what I'm saying? And I had this same thought process and this mindset on the block. Right. It was like, shit, I understood that my circumstances right now is not forever. Shit, whatever I'm going through right now, I ain't where I want to be right now.
Right.
This shit ain't nothing. You feel me? So right now, I'm reconstructing my brand, turning up. I got a manager. My manager is Sweetie's aunt. So shit, she is pretty much why y'all see Sweetie ain't never dropped the album. But shit, my manager is why she got the McDonald's deals and all that. You know what I'm saying? My PR, Lil Baby's PR.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So I had to, that was me upgrading my brand and doing it myself.
So
now
that you say that, is that how you ended up doing the pieces for Lil Baby and getting with them?
Nah, I did all that before.
Okay.
This is me going to the Grammys is Whitney.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Me getting these GQs and these raps, interviews and all this shit that I got going on. I heart me doing a collaboration with Dolce & Gabbana. It's all her. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is different.
Yeah.
And it's just all about, again, you know, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and allowing yourself to get out there and, you know, like my boy, my boy, they came all the way to Austin to shoot that video.
Hey, now let's talk about that real quick. Because now prior to them coming, I ended up having Brazy Brooks. She ended up coming down. She ended up doing a podcast. Flo came through. They did their thing, and he told me, "Man, we going down there. We going down there." And at this time, I wasn't even thinking about them going to Anything Fest, but they ended up popping up at the Anything Fest. Now, when they popped up at Anything Fest, I think you was pulling up. How did you end up running into them?
Shit, they already knew what time was. They knew who I was and shit. When they was
Right.
like, shit, we from the cliff, woo woo. I'm like, nigga, I'm from the cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bam. I'm like, shit, I called you on the spotlight, man. We're my partner, woo woo, right? What I like about them is, bruh, they came down and they got active. You feel me? Wherever it's active at, I'm going. Nigga, when I ain't have it, I was going. You know what I mean? They say, shit, it's popping over here, bro. This is the potential situation you could be in. Nigga, I don't care if I got $100 in my pocket. I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I can figure out how to fuck on this bitch. I can figure out how to do this. I can figure out how to do that. I got to figure out how to do this. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like how they operate. And then shit, when they presented that video to us, you know what I'm saying, my business partner was like, bro, them niggas cold. I said, yeah, bro, they gotta be rocking with us everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit. So it's like, I believe everybody can win. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in, the only way you can fail is if you don't put in the effort. Cause they ain't like, even if shit ain't like how you want it to be, like I said, my brand was UA and I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing now when it was UA, but when it was UA, they wasn't really fucking with it.
Right.
And then as soon as it became made by Rich Guard, they was fucking with it. But it's the same exact thing. It's nothing different.
Not different at all.
But it's just the fact that it be certain little things that, you know, when you get them signs, you got to be aware of those signs. That's why I say keep a clear conscience. Me becoming vegan is me filtering out all the filth out of my body so I can have a clear mindset. I can think clearer, you know what I'm saying? I can see things exactly because your brain is actually in your stomach and not here. This is just your neuro, you know what I'm saying? These are signals. It's a memory bank, but your brain is actually in your stomach because the tissues in your brain are the same as what makes up your stomach. So at the end of the day, when they say you always should eat, so if you eat, you know what I'm saying, whatever you eat, you put that into your body. Now those chemicals is what's keeping you off balance and not, you know what I'm saying, you got brain fog and all that shit, bro. There's nothing I can't do.
Right.
Bitch, I'm finna block you a guy. You know what I'm saying? Dead ass serious though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe everybody in this room, whatever the fuck you got going on, shit, if you want to be the best at whatever it is, you can be the best at whatever it is. When I was running track, Coach Will just installed in me that, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? You got this. And then that encouragement is what made me just go do and go out there and just run these times and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Just take a little bit of this here, and bam, that's why I say shit, whatever somebody got going on, nigga, that shit is up. Yeah. Everything is up. Like, nigga, White Castle. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is that? Right? But that bitch been around and they made hymns, motis, you feel me? Yep. Everything you see is somebody's idea. Shit, we buy into everything. This chair we in, this floor, this ceiling, everything. Everything you see is a price on that motherfucker. Somebody thought of it, they put into a position to where you go buy it. Yeah. So why don't you do the same thing with your life? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, that's real talk, real talk. Now, you ended up meeting Thr. Now, one of the first pieces was one of the first pieces you did for him for
To Die For.
Well, now, was it for his birthday? He went to Dubai?
No, Dubai was a little bit afterwards.
Okay.
To Die For was the one with the skulls and everything. I did a lot of shit with Fab. We just been going crazy.
Yeah. Now, when you met Fab, how did y'all end up growing that bond together with one another?
We into drill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fab always been with the drill.
He's the one, you know what I'm saying? 20 plus years, he put a napkin around his head and made it cool, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that was just, every relationship I have, bro, was not forced. It really wasn't even through me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, every relationship I had was just like, again, relationships, and then it was all natural flow, like Young Blue. He hit me up on the ground, was like, hey, bro, I want to change my lifestyle as far as like how I dress and how I look and my appearance. I want to be a superstar. Bam, let's work on that. Dirt. Hey, bro, I don't want to dress like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Turn me up. Bam, we went straight to his videos. You feel what I'm saying? He punched up. Bam, so we did that. He got his flavor, got his sauce.
So right now you still rocking with Fab, you still doing all different types of things for him, so on and so forth. How often are you putting him into something, or is it just whatever as needed type deal?
Now it's just a friendship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now we the drip brothers, bro. It's just everything now where I'm in life right now, bro, is just friendships, bro. They call, it's good, you know what I'm saying? I go kick it, you know what I'm saying? Do what we do, we party, we do all that. We just talk pop shit. Money Man, all them guys, it's just the same thing. But I like to touch the people.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I like to connect with the streets. RP, my boy Player Red, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my dogs in Houston that really piped me up in the city. So I like to stay connected to that, and that's what keep me rooted. Like even coming back here, and just seeing why we went on the block and just seeing the block. You know what I'm saying? Just like, but I don't never get caught up in this shit. Cause it's all an illusion.
See, that's why I tell people all the time. People always hit me up and be like, oh, Jew. I was like, yeah, I just talked to him the other day. It's like, oh, you talking? Yeah, I talked to him the other day. I said, anytime I hit him, if he don't answer, he gonna hit me back. Or he gonna answer the phone. And when we get on the phone, we on the phone. It ain't no 5-minute conversation. We rap for a minute. Man, this nigga get into it, debate, because the way you see things is different from the way that I see things. So you giving me a better understanding, and it's not until I get off the phone with you and then let that shit process that I get it.
So my thing is, bro, you live and you die. And through that gap, you don't know how long your time is, but at the end of the day, it's all about being the best version of yourself that you can be. So shit, your funeral, you want motherfuckers come to your funeral and be saying all types of cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro did this, bro, woo woo. I done been to too many funerals, people ain't really got nothing to say. Because that person didn't really live a prosperous life. You know what I mean? And that's the scariest shit to me, because you know, the same people I make clothes for, you know, being in the streets, I have to bury them as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have to bury my partner, I have to dress him up in the Louis suit and do all that, right? So it's just like, when you, from the time you born to the time you die, bro, that gap in between that, you need to be the most impactful that you can be. So I basically go off the Pac line. You know what I'm saying? What Pac did in the amount of time he did was incredible. From the movies to the albums to everything he did was like, you can't even do that in a 60-year span.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, every day I just get up and try to be the best version of myself every day, and I'm good to everybody I come across. And it ain't for a show, it ain't for none of that. It's just the fact that I want to have an impact in their life. You know what I mean? So that's more important than anything. Fuck some money and all that old shit.
Relationship.
And at the end of the day, you can't take a U-Haul to your grave. Right? So that shit don't mean nothing. You build your last name up, you pass your wealth down to your kids. That's why it's good to have a good life insurance policy, right? Cause shit, that motherfucker gonna be more than what your life was. You know what I'm saying? You put a M on your life insurance policy, right? That motherfucker go to your kids. Right? So this is what this shit is all about. It's about burying self to let self grow. And when you bury, what is that? You dead. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what you did while you was live, the seed that you planted while you was live is what's gonna prosper.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, preparing yourself for death is what's important.
Right. Now, I got some people in here, like my man Spurlock, my man Tone. Spurlock, he does shoes. Tone, he does the fashion. What are some advice that you can give to these fellas with the things that they got going on?
That's the easiest thing to do going viral right now. I'm on my reels. I'm turning up. I'm not showing them the process of making them, but I'm showing them just a little bit. And I'm making sure they get into the hands of people they need to get into. I'm at Durban. I would have threw that motherfucker up there to J. Harlow and Drake while they was up there. You know what I'm saying? My mindset, that's what I would have did. You know what I mean? I would have been in front. Bam! What's this shit? That's me. You know what I'm saying? My Instagram would have been inside that motherfucker. I would take everything back to the gram, you know what I'm saying? In any situation, the gram is access to the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good on Facebook. I'm not good on Twitter, but that gram is where you paint the best picture. You know, Facebook is where you just tell every goddamn truth. It's a little confusing over there. Twitter is just sending shit out. But on the gram is where you can, you know what I'm saying, you can make it up to where it looks good. You know what I mean? And it gives you access to everything. So you just learn the algorithm, you learn your city, you learn what's going on, be present where places are that a lot of people are, because technically when you are there, that those people will have access to whatever you post. Algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow from Kentucky. We down here in Kentucky. Now it was an ESPN. What was it? NFL Super Bowl type thing.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. You went in and running into Jack Harlow. What was that? What was it like running into Jack? What was that conversation like?
Firstly, I was at the Super Bowl with T-Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you was also at T-Mac. Was that T-Mac spot? Y'all was looking at. You was doing something. You was finna revamp your shoes or do something right.
I'm gonna create two different style shoes for them. Just do certain things for them. Piped up, but at the Super Bowl with T-Mac was different. That shit show you the difference between levels of success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus getting where you going, being around, being with rappers, but when you with T-Mac, it's different. So we was on ESPN. He had that whole joint going on. I met Jack Harlow. I'm like, yeah, I'm from Kentucky, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was a situation. It was cool.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now another thing, my man T Passion came through, and I definitely want everybody to see this because we had a conversation, right? So me and T Passion, we rapping back and forth on the line, and I was like, yo, Juve coming in town. Won't you? He had been drawing. Now T Passion just came home. You know what I mean? But he's always been cold with that pencil. So I was like, hey, rich guy coming to town, Juve coming into town, won't you do something for him? So I didn't even know if we was gonna be able to get it done or not. But I just want y'all to see this joint right here. My man T Passion right here, he came through. He took this dope portrait, but you know what I'm saying? You know, I had to try to at least make something happen for you, get some dope stuff going on for
And
you.
the whole
So this joint hard, and I tell you.
That whole
What's that?
That whole getting hung up.
You know what's so crazy? One of my favorite pictures of me, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. I started growing my little fro, you know what I'm saying? And when I spiked it with the
Dread.
curls, I had the Cardis on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cardis,
I had the palm trees in the back. I remember taking that bitch vividly, and I had to, like, that was my profile picture for a little while.
But hey, how did you know? How did you know to pick that? How did you know to pick that though? Found the pick.
I did that. It just hit like that.
I ain't lying, you
I went for
hard,
hell
bro.
picks to pick that one.
Yeah, you hard, bro.
That's crazy.
He must see that nigga always posted that pic.
So what I do is, bro, I invest my money in a lot of paintings. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much got close to 800 in paintings. So at the end of the day, like, we gonna make it to where, how you operate, we gonna make it to where, bro, your name turn up, bro. You're cold. We gonna make it to where your name turn up.
That's the reason why I wanted him to. That's the reason why I wanted him to do that. So when you came in, there's something you can take. There's something you can take back, what you put up. You know what I mean? Definitely represent. So I definitely wanted T Passion to be able to bless it. He did something for the podcast too. You already know. He brought something for the podcast too. So I'm gonna put this up. We definitely put this up on the wall. So
Bro, you
we
raw,
definitely
bro.
gonna make this happen. He's definitely cold on everything he do. Straight up, no lie about that. But that just goes back into the
That
show,
was going
man.
in my crib. I don't even do paintings of myself in the crib, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
that hoe going up on
Wow,
hard.
bro.
For sure.
I just painted love for me.
You know, I be seeing like it be
Shout out
so much,
TP,
it
man.
be so
Shout out
much
to
natural
Teddy,
born talent, man. Like, how I say, the more of us get more money, the more of us we can help, and we can reach those heights, man. 'Cause we really are the coldest at what we do. You know what I mean? We just don't know how to brand it, market it, you know what I'm saying, and actually capitalize on it. And other cultures, they know how. That's why when you go to corner stores and go to places, you'll see an Indian. Because they study us, and we never study them. So what I do is, I tell everybody, pick a billionaire or somebody, or pick a family, and study that family, and study wealth. You know what I'm saying? Again, we create and we do everything the best, but we don't own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So one of my goals is to be, you know, if not above, but neck and neck with those Louis. And the only reason I even really started doing the whole cut and sew thing was for me to just get involved in what was going on and see how they maneuver. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling $1,800 shirts, $7,000 trench coats, and people are buying it with no problem, right? So it's a psychological thing, so where it's like, if this was my own thing, would you buy for $7K versus the fact that it's this here and you can be associated with it, right? So they found out a way to pretty much capitalize on the emotion of a person to where they'll spend their last dollar on this thing, right?
Yeah.
We have to do the same thing. So if you selling food or anything, make sure that shit, the presentation is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your shit looks like it can be a 5-star dish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, make sure if you're selling shirts, make sure that thing is iron. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the aesthetics of it looks good. Because people like to buy into things that look good. It's like when you go to a restaurant that's upper echelon, the food might be trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Paying for the ambiance.
You paying for that experience, you paying for the look of it, and you're gonna go back.
Yep.
This person who food is amazing, they might took too long on your order. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. You might just hold them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like we gotta redirect our energy. You know what I mean? I buy it from everybody. You couldn't hear, I'm gonna make sure I blast you on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I'm trying to put on because my goal is to make a lot more people millionaires. It don't even have to be me doing it personally, but me just giving a little bit of push. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, bro, that's cold. You feel what I'm saying?
Cold right there.
I just feel like we just gotta be more in tune with that. We just gotta basically just focus and get this shit together because we wasting time. You know what I'm saying? We wasting a lot of time.
Right, real talk. Now, last couple of things before we get you out of here. We've been going for a little minute. What's next up for Made by Rich Guy? What's up with next with the brand? What you got going on?
We're going online, man. We're going online. We mass producing. We connecting the dots. We're going corporate. We going strong now. So I'm just gearing myself, preparing myself to leap over from the direct to consumer and go straight forward into this, you know, this other world. I got another big brand, a $1 billion brand that I got. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying no names on it, but I've been having it in the oven since 2016 or 17. It's been cooking.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we got this brand and whatnot, but then I got a manager, I got a PR. It's just I'm allowing them to pretty much just ball me up and roll me where they want me to go, and I'm going with them. But it ain't nothing too much, man. You know, other than that, it's writing books and just touring to help people, motivate people to really just reach they heights. That's really why I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fashion cool, it's cool, whatever. But I really like to see other people win. Man, winning is easy. It's boring though.
Right.
When other people not winning. You know what I'm saying?
So let me tell you, because you talked about the fool for a minute, man. So I want to speak on a few people who are who are in the room, because I kind of wanted to make sure it was certain individuals popped out and came in here, you know, just to hear some of the things that you speak on, that you talk about. I got my homie Chuck. She's in the building. She got her. She's a sugar child. Okay. You know what I mean? I know you do vegan food. I know you tap with the vegan stuff too, though, sometimes, right? So you know what I'm saying? But you got to check with Chuck. Pop, check with Chuck too. She has her thing going on. The food right here. She got. She has all different types of shit. She got. She do grapes. She do.
Oh, you do the yeah.
She do all type of stuff. So I want to say most definitely shout out to Chuck. Big sugar.
Big sugar. We got it there.
We definitely always go by Chuck, most definitely. But also the two in the room, man, as you know, back in the day, Philip, exclusive Yusuf. This the man, he goes around, man, he let us know what's going on in the community. He taps a lot of different things is going on. You know, definitely shout out to my man Jones. I know he picked you up, made sure everything was going on. Appreciate you sliding out. I see my man Antonio Cannon, he in the building. Shout out, appreciate you sliding through. I know you got the chicken joint too. Waiting for you to open that up.
Yes, sir.
We got Rose the Baby. He's also tapped in with YSF, who came in. He do the music, definitely hard on the music too. So you gotta check him out. Daniel in the building. I got my man Steven Logson. He back there. He fresh off work. He been slinging the cars all day.
And the cars is good business though.
I want to come up. We got Tamika King. She's in the building too. She has a platform. It's called Real Conversations with the King. So she does kind of like the same thing. She bring individuals out and she put on her different events as well. You know what I'm saying? My man Sweet. Albert Craig, you know what I mean? This my guy right here, man. Straight out of New Orleans, man. One of the dopest artists around this area. And you already know Shaquan and KT, they in the building. We was in Rose Terrace back in the day. You know what I mean? These some of the first people who we met from around here. And like I said, my man Locke, my man Tone, he in the building. Can't forget Terminator 10. You know he fuck with the DJ. We grew up with him on Knox too. He was in Rose Terrace, Terminator 10 with him. Hey, they had both sides in Rose Terrace. When we had the crib back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You definitely may know he cut hair, he do his thing, moving around, and you already know Flo and Cuddy in here too. So, what I want to do is open up the floor. If anybody got any questions or anything that they want to do, you can just jump on this mic right here. This mic right here, just get your questions in from him.
I do. I got a question.
Go ahead.
So I know every creator has their most has their like favorite piece that means the most to them. Like, what was your favorite piece that you created that meant the most to you?
It was the King Von tribute jacket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was all.
Yeah, Dirt had hit me. He was like, bro, you know, you gotta come through for me in the clutch. I ain't really know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just touchy. It was like, bro, you can't mess this up. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I had cut up a bomber jacket, suede, with the leather trimming and piping on it. I got this dope black artist to come spray paint it. He one of the coldest in the game. Like he's super duper up, right? And he blessed my game by a young brother that I used to shop with at Gucci. You know what I'm saying? My partner, I used to shop with him at Gucci, right? And he sold me that lack. He sold me that. He went from Gucci, then he started selling cars, and I just followed him to where he was going. Bam, he was like, bro, I got an artist that you need to rock with. And then he connected me to him. I told bro what was going on. I said, bro, we got something big on our hands. And it turned out amazing, bro. And that's one of the pieces outside of the Christian Dior trench coat. But that's
that Christian Dior trench coat.
Yeah, but that's the one right there though. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Besides I don't like to see murder and blah 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 blah, but it was like I knew what it meant to Dirt.
Exactly.
It was great.
Solid.
You got something? You got something, Cuddy?
Yeah.
Come on up here, man. Y'all know we grew up with Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. It's your boy, motherfucking Mad Dog. Where I'm on all this shit.
You good? You smooth? You smoke your audio good.
Hey, Drew. Drew, you remember we motherfucking we rolling down the goddamn streets of motherfucking Moon Apartments.
KT.
Goddamn KT. Goddamn KT. It's KT fault.
Yeah.
We rolling down the streets of goddamn Moon Apartments. And that nigga motherfucker KT say, cuz, I've been waiting to see you fight. He was like, man, I know who did that shit.
Hold on, man. Let me tell the story. Let me tell. Just put it. You can't put it. Just put it like this.
Will, let me ask the question. Will, let me ask the question.
Look, what happened? Come on. Y'all gotta get it right.
So
we supposed to spit all this.
Y'all call him a rich guy. Everybody watching when it get up. You know we call you Big Jew. I'm gonna go home, Little Jew. But nah, it's for both of y'all. Well, you too. Big Jew, Will, and Brand. So first off, when we say day one, we mean day one for real. Fort Knox.
back in the
Coming
day.
to rag clip. Tear this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Fucking with
Y'all
rag.
wasn't turning nothing up, but motherfucker, shit. Y'all still had the limit.
Shit, R.I.P. Court.
Mike, they still had a fucking limit, didn't
Come on,
they?
get to the story, man.
R.I.P. Court job. But dude, remember we lived in Moon Park, me and Shaquan there. Shaquan wasn't even there. But it was me, Sharon Graves, and Landon Graves, and Ratio. We was playing home run derby with a white boy. We ain't know who he was, but we know what Brown had told us what happened the night before.
And he always wanted to see
So the
me
white boy
fight.
out there, grown ass nigga, playing with these little kids that's in middle school. We play. He's like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all a story what happened. Boom, boom, boom. He said, man, I spray painted a fork on somebody's door. And I remember Brown was like, man, a nigga motherfucker, somebody spray painted a fork on my mama's door.
Look, I'm
So
G,
y'all pulled up.
I'm G like a motherfucker.
So y'all pulled
you
up.
know I'm G like a motherfucker. Like, it's a whole goddamn, nine goddamn when I came to GD. And then motherfucker nigga spray the paint GD on my door. I would have killed every nigga GD. Any nigga GD, I would have knocked his block off.
So let me tell you.
Every nigga GD. You came over, no, nigga. Will came in over.
Let me tell you. So this what happened. This back in the day. We had Cutting Crib, right? We come to Cutting Crib. Somebody
We
spray
pulled up
painted.
at that bitch.
Somebody spray painted a pitchfork.
Cause we put up that bitch, cuz we put up that bitch like I'm like, nigga, they don't notice nothing. I'm looking, goddamn. I'm like, hey. I said, dog, look at a motherfucking pitchfork on my goddamn door. They say, nah, cuz ain't no goddamn. I said, cuz the motherfucking pitchfork on my goddamn door.
Fast forward past the pitchfork, bitch.
Man, nah, ain't no goddamn. What you bad for, nigga? I'm GD. Fuck you mean? Nigga, any nigga that I see GD finna die. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? I am GD. Fuck you mean? We're gonna bad for this shit, nigga. That's how niggas looked at it, but at the same time, that's how y'all was looking at the situation. I wasn't looking at it like that.
That's not what I'm saying.
Any nigga that I know,
when we fast forward a little bit, what ended up happening was dude spray painted the pitchfork on the door. KT comes,
but KT, motherfucker, he been saying, but I was gonna get to that too, bro. But he's been saying that he want to see me fight, cuz.
Right.
So, motherfucker, I'm like, motherfucker, he's like, man,
I don't even think Truth is that though. I don't think, yeah,
Truth won there.
Truth won there.
They were like, motherfucker, he was like, cuz.
But that's the situation that definitely took place. So we got Antonio. He got one too.
I got a question too. So as far as regional goes, like if it was a fashion war, what state, what city is killing shit? Like as far as fashion goes, who's the next wave? What city brings it the most?
I would say nobody right now. You know what I did? What I kind of like noticed was, bro, that individuals make the cities pop. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you would have a few people that got major drip in these different cities. Like when I go to LA, ain't nobody dripping in LA. It ain't no drip. You know what I'm saying? If I go to Miami, ain't no drip. Atlanta is kind of iffy. You know what I'm saying? New York, you got Soho, so it got its motions, but it's just individuals. And then it depends on their platform. You get what I'm saying? And if it's a group of them, then it's turned. So, but I would say right now on the side of people seeing them, it'll be Atlanta right now with Baby and them and Quavo and all them.
So you kind of saying like if she was from Atlanta, they'd be like, oh man, Atlanta coming with that drip
because she from Atlanta.
Saying her,
yeah, but it's like it's if you putting on for your city like that as well.
Okay, like, look, all right, motherfuckers. So, what about us, cuz? Motherfucker, we can't. We not motherfucking on the goddamn pedestal of cuz, goddamn. Cause motherfucker, we was behind.
I mean, Kentucky
like motherfucker, like Kentucky
had drip.
Listen though, look. Okay, so I'm gonna step on this. Like motherfucker, Kentucky is motherfucker behind. We've been behind. But at the same time, motherfucker, it depends on where you at. Like he said, it depends on where you at. But at the same goddamn time, we not wearing this goddamn motherfucking woo. Cuz started motherfucking killing shit, and that's when that shit that flew the fuck off.
Right.
Straight up. Nigga, you did your own goddamn thing, that's when it flew the fuck off.
Right.
But I can't say, I did see, when I first saw the drip was in Kentucky.
And you got to, nigga, that's where.
Now hold on, so let's say this.
I'm gonna tell you why though.
Go ahead.
But
it's a melting pot too, so let's say it's a melting pot.
There you go. So
who was motherfucker? Where did it come from? Cause we was already killing shit.
You had different people in different states come out. See the reason why Kentucky
But motherfucker, like
different people from different states flying everywhere, man.
Yeah,
you got niggas like Quantas coming through with the belt match the team. The one thing I see Louis Teal with the belt match. You got Cheese coming through.
But I would say melting pot, bro. That's it. Like you got different cultures coming here.
That's what made it pop.
You got people going to Germany and coming back. You know what I'm saying? People going here and coming back and seeing different things.
Because like you said earlier, you was like, well, will you put me on the Wallies? So I put you up on the Wallabies, the Timbs.
Like Tony Statement, RP Tony Statement.
Yeah.
What was that? So, Ralph RP 59? What was that brand? That was that brand, right? That's why he was coming with that. Bam. like I say, that trail that was coming through with the ankle breaks and
big ass pants.
it just was. Then you had, you know what I'm saying?
You had them motherfuckers. Don't forget about them goddamn FUBU and platinum FUBU.
Now we got one more. Miss Tamika King got a question for you.
Hey, so I heard you talk a lot about Texas and like that's your city. Unfortunately, crazy things have happened in Texas over the past week. Rest in peace to all those children who had, lost their lives. How did you, and a week before that, we lost, 12 black people in the grocery store. How do you use your platform or plan to use your platform and your branding and just your talents in general to shed light on the current injustices that people are facing? African American children, the whole gun situation. Is that something that you shy away from as a brand? I know some people do, but as an African American, especially from a small town, is that something that you have thought about, or I don't know, just kind of want your take on it?
So I got homies like 19 Keys, Park,
19 Keys. What's up? What's up?
I got homies that really go hard for that on a daily basis, right?
I was talking shit to him.
Cap. You know, I told my partner this, man. Ain't no reason why you ain't down here fucking with me, man. So since he ain't come, I came up here because I saw my boy turn up his hustle. He got back active, and I'm like, all right, now I can fuck with you, because I ain't fucking with you unless you doing what you need to be
Real
doing.
talk. That's a real conversation too.
I'm not about to help nobody that ain't helping themselves. You know what I'm saying? Once I see you helping yourself, and I see you serious about your craft, then I'll do what I can do. Because at the end of the day, if I just come help you and you ain't helping yourself, then I done wasted my time.
And this is a fact. I'm gonna put this on the record too. He always said too, Will. He said, man, when you ready, man, just be ready. You come down here, I got Blue, I got Fab, whatever you need, I got that lined up for you. Just get here. So that's what we on. We making it happen. This is the start of it. You know, this is another thing I'm gonna say too. Really, the reason why a lot of this shit going on and we moving like this is this man right here. My man Flo. He done set the tone for a lot of shit that we got going on around here just by the way that he moved. He don't even know the shit that he's doing, but he connecting the dots with everybody around him. We putting shit together, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's definitely a shout out to Flo too. I gotta give it to him. But man, flop to everybody in here, man, doing their thing. And man, my man Wu just pulled in. His artist Mars, she got a show tonight. She got all type of shit going on. She dope. Man, y'all go tap in with that too. But we out of here, made by Rich God. We here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, appreciate y'all, man. It's the World of this podcast.
This is Willie. One-Eyed Willie. Say hi, Willie.
You are now tapped in with Through My Eyes with One Eye.
One-Eyed Willie.
Through my eyes with one eye. The world, it was podcast.
Hey, this your boy Eyed Will. Make sure y'all tap into the World's of this podcast.